guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Halloween week. And tonight we're looking at a Nunsplotation film. Everybody else this week is going to be doing slashers and things like that, but I'm going to do a Nunsplotation week, I think, on Halloween this year. And the first one we're looking at is called The Nun and the Devil. This is an Italian horror film, and I'll let you know now, all three of them tonight will be, this week will be Italian films. This is called The Nun and the Devil, released on 88 Films. Let's have a look at the release. So here is the physical release of The Nun and the Devil. Sorry about a bit of shadowing, guys, it's night time. This is on the Italian collection, released by 88 Films, 18 certification. So it comes with a lovely sort of hard box. It comes with a booklet, which I will be careful to flick through just in case there's any scenes of nudity, because these films are renowned to be quite explicit in that sense. So it comes with a lovely booklet. Then we have the disc itself in different artwork. Reversible cover, and it also comes with a poster. Let's have a look. I'll look at it off screen first just to make sure. The Monarch de Sant Arcangelo. That's the like the Spanish or the Italian spelling of this film, and that is the artwork that we've seen on the cover in the inside. So yeah, it comes with a double-sided poster, which is always a lovely treat. I'll pop that in there, and that goes in there, and that is the physical release of The Nun and the Devil. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful release. They really excelled themselves on this release. Now, that could mean one of two things with 88 Film. One, it's a great movie, and they just wanted to put a lot of love into this version. Or two, it's absolutely trash, and they're trying to sell it by making it look awesome. But we'll find out. First of all, let's see if there's any special features. So here we are, guys. This is the lavished screen of The Nun and the Devil. Let's have a look at any special features it may have. It's got an audio commentary with Kim Newman once again and Barry Forshaw. Judging Luke, an interview with actor Luke Miranda. The Devil and the Martine, an interview with actress Martine Brochard. Biopella Connection, and a featurette about director and writer Domenico Palaleo. Horny Devils, Nunsplotation Explained, that would be quite interesting. An interview with film historian Marcus Stigleger. Alternative English and Italian title sequence. English trailer and Italian trailer. And that is the special features on The Nun and the Devil. So there is a few special features on the film, which is pretty cool. Not too many to speak of, but again, our Kim Newman makes another appearance. He seems to make an appearance in quite a few of these movies. He's obviously an author of some sort of books about horror movies, but it's pretty cool. But let's have a look at the story. So this story sort of tells of depravity upon this convent here in Italy, where we meet our nuns for the first time, and the Mother Superior is dying. She's being given this so-called pain relief. if we get it. But we meet the one of the main sisters. I can't remember the names of them, so I'm just going to be using words like this. And she's been given her this fluid because she's supposed to be ill, but it turns out this fluid is poison, and she's been poisoning her because she wants to become Mother Superior herself. But then she dies, the Mother Superior, and but the woman, the nun, the sister that thought she was killing her, has got a bit of competition because there's a couple of other nuns that want to become the superior, and the elder one takes control of the whip, if you like, and says, "Well, I'm the eldest, so I will become Mother Superior." And she falls ill and starts having this medicine, and this kind of thing goes on, and we see struggling relationships going on amongst the nuns themselves. We have them sort of like in kind of homosexual kind of relationships amongst each other. And there's also a couple of other nuns that have been seeing men from the outside that seem to be getting away with this kind of thing, and all these sort of things that are totally against their beliefs and what nuns are about is all going on. And the young nuns arrive. We get young nuns arriving, and our new Mother Superior, now she's finally got a spot, is taking a shine to a number of them. And one of her cousins, Isabel, I believe her name is, has also become a sort of nun. And she sends her out to try and get help from the outside, because she's getting the feeling that they're becoming under investigation by the Archbishop and the priests, because news has been coming out to them of this sort of depravity. And even one night, one of the men that had been seeing one of the nuns gets caught and gets killed by these sort of soldiers. And then one of the sort of Inquisition kind of guy sort of turns up at the convent to investigate, and he goes through all the nuns' rooms and he finds all this sort of paraphernalia, if you like. He finds with our Mother Superior, he finds the bottles of what she calls medicine, so they get taken off for like examination to see what they are. And as he investigates others' rooms, he finds letters, diaries of like sins that they got. We got one nun that keeps self-harming herself in the film, torturing herself because she lusts over the Mother Superior, and the Mother Superior and her were in some sort of relationship at some point. But now, because these new girls have arrived, she's more interested in them, so she's a bit jealous, so she's self-harming herself, which we believe, I think she's and she sort of like blackmails the Mother Superior and all this sort of thing going on. And Isabella goes out to try and get help, and ends up being one of the people that brings the nuns down, because they find other things upon their visit, the Inquisition guy, and they decide to hold a trial. And then the trial gets held upon in the convent over all these nuns. We see the Archbishop arriving, and he's quite merciless, saying, "I want you to get the information." So they all go to be tortured in very brutal and realistic kind of ways, to get their confessions. So are they going to confess? You need to watch it and find out, because I'm not going to tell you. But here's my final verdict. Yeah, I'm not doing a character breakdown this time, because I didn't really get a hold of grips of a lot of the names, because it's quite a complex film, and it's quite hard going, because a lot of it is very spoken and very sort of religious undertones in there, and lots of information about the sort of Catholic Church and the convents and stuff like that, which I'm not really that much on. So I can't give you too much of a character breakdown, but it's an excellent film. I loved it. Really cool. I'm going to score it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was really cool. A really good film. Yes, it's a very, very slow burn, and it really does take quite a lot of sort of like what is going on, because it plays out almost like a melodrama, first of all, where we got all these sort of, like I said, these mixed relationships going around. We got these women in lusting over other women. We get to see nudity of these women together. We get to see these men breaking into this convent to have it away with their nun girlfriends. We get Isabella, who's got a boyfriend as well, who wants to break her vows and doesn't want to be a nun anymore. And we get all these sort of like little stories all folding upon each other, and our Inquisition guy, if you like, and our Archbishop just want to crack down on it. And the horror of this film is, in a number of ways, it just shows how powerful these sort of people are. They can throw down the gauntlet with these nuns, say, right, you're going to prison, you're doing this, and to torture them. There's a lot of torture in this sort of film. If you've seen films like Mark of the Devil, Witchfinder General, it's that kind of style, or Name of the Rose, if you've seen that. It's that kind of style of film, because it's an investigation to see these nuns that have been breaking their vows and breaking the church's rules, and that's what it sort of plays out like. So it's quite a slow burn, but I like that, because it's more of a story of the characters of the film, and you're thinking, wow, where is this going? And it goes to an extreme way, not extremely gory or violent, but you can imagine the poor pain that these women are going through. Some of the torture things are quite horrendous and horrific, but it's a great film. Really enjoyed it. 8 out of 10. Nuns and the Devil. And you guys seen it? If you have, let me know down below. You might not, because nunsploitation films are a very, very, very niche horror market, because they're horror and they're not. They're horror in the sense of like some of the things that they go through and the way the church treats these nuns and stuff like that. It's a very required taste. I like it because I like a lot of religious horror films. So I think you need to have a wider, open mind to appreciate the sort of storylines that go within these, because I find that the whole idea of the church and stuff quite fascinating, and and almost kind of really sort of bizarre how they sort of like treat their own. It is kind of really strange, but it is what it is. And I really enjoyed this film, which is the first one in our Nunsploitation week, in this Halloween week. Guys, check out some other horror channels this week. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Design, Pizzawell, I Am Ice Lord, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrew's Horror House, and The Maniac. And a massive shout out to my lad. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.